All right, hi everybody, John Meadows here. I'm hanging out at Elite FTS with my friend Dave Tate. And the topic for this video is how should you be eating when you get back to the gym? A lot of gyms are opening back up now and people are excited to go back to training. So what should you be doing with your diet? Now the last couple of videos we talked about how to get shredded and we actually talked about doing cardio. So we've been kind of going down this path that if you're not going to the gym and training hard, it's probably not a good idea to try to bulk, right? Unless you just want to gain pure fat. So we've been going down this path of, let's try to use this as a time to get a little bit leaner. And we've talked about some things that are now changing dramatically and will impact your calories. So let's talk about several of them. And when you look at what makes up someone's total caloric expenditure, how many calories they expend, it consists of a few different things. One of them is just your basal metabolic rate, which is a lot of your muscle. One of them that's really key is your NEAT. It's your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, something like that. Basically what it means is how much you're moving around when you're not exercising. Now, a lot of people weren't getting much NEAT. They were just kind of sitting around. But now you're walking around more, you're more active, you may be going back to work. Now that NEAT component, I'm trying to remember the math, maybe 10% or so, maybe about 15% of your total caloric expenditure. So if it was way down and now you're busy again, now you're burning more calories. So number one, your NEAT is probably going to increase, so you're going to need more calories. Number two, the obvious one, exercise expenditure itself. So just by exercising, you're expending more calories, right? That's just common sense. I'm sure we all know that. Now you're back in the weight room and you're training hard. Or you're working up to training hard, I should say, in an intelligent manner. So now there's another 5–10% of calories that is part of your overall expenditure that's going to go up. So what do we know already? We know that your calories are probably going to have to start going up. Okay, now I want you to think about a third aspect of this. Think about, I'm very big on peri-workout nutrition, specifically what you consume around training. Now, think about the processes. Think about what's happening while you train. The mechanical tension of lifting weights creates a process called GLUT4 translocation. That's just fancy words for saying we can get glucose into your muscle cells better. That's really what that means. Okay? So now you have an opportunity to drive aminos and glucose and nutrients, creatine into muscle cells better. All right, so now we got to think about, okay, we have to increase calories, but now we have this opportunity to also increase calories around training because more should be shuttled into the muscle cell based on GLUT4 translocation that happens just from lifting weights. And then when you add carbohydrate consumption around the workout, the same thing happens in a different way. So your pancreas makes insulin and the insulin gets in your blood. It attaches to a cell membrane and it attaches to an insulin receptor on the cell membrane, which tells we'll call it a trap door to open up. Boom, same thing, nutrients go into your muscle cell.
Hello everybody, my name is Alexander Meadows and today I'm going to be doing the arm mount.
So now you have this opportunity to load nutrients in your muscle cells around training. Okay, now as you begin to progress your intensity up over the course of a few weeks, the intro workout gains value. So the harder you start to work, the more that becomes important. It's probably not important right off the bat because you're just stimulating the muscle, you're just getting in the gym and getting some exercise in. But as you build your intensity up, that can become valuable. So I think what we clearly see here are a couple things. The need for more calories, assuming you're at like a maintenance level. And then there's an opportunity now, the muscles are fresh. you're going to want to train them a little bit harder and a little bit harder, so you got that opportunity to shuttle nutrients in. So let's get down now. Let's wrap it up with the specifics. So how many calories should you add? What are you looking at? Well, when I talked about getting leaner, I specifically used a 10% number. I said you can decrease your calories by 10%, or you could decrease them by, say, 5% and then add cardio to knock out another 5%. We can take the same approach to begin with, but go the other way. So now let's add 10%. So let's say you're at 2,500 calories. Now, the first change I would want you to make is add 250 calories. So now you go up to 2,750 calories. Watch what happens for a week, then you can adjust from there. If things are going awesome, then maybe you add another 5% or another 10% to that. And then eventually it'll level off. But that's kind of the simple way of looking at it. I just wanted to give you a little bit more of a kind of a methodology. Now, if you haven't been tracking anything and you just have no clue how many calories you're eating, then this is going to be tough. The first thing you need to do is just establish a meal plan, establish an eating pattern. But for those of you who've been very diligent, this will help you understand how much to add and then just go from there. So, real short video today, that's it. A lot of this I think is common sense, but it's always good to talk about numbers and so forth. So if you have any more questions, just comment below, and I'll give you my best thoughts on those as well. So thanks for watching. We appreciate all the support, and we'll see you next time.